In this video, I'm going to talk about 5 things that I love about living in Leesburg, Virginia, and 5 things that I hate, and we're getting at it right now. Boom! Hey everybody, it's David, your favorite realtor, to another beautiful day right here in Northern Virginia. And if it's your first time here on my channel, please consider subscribing, because every single week I'm releasing videos about living, playing, working, and thriving right here in Northern Virginia. So because of all these YouTube videos, I'm getting calls and texts almost every single day from folks just like you who are moving to or relocating to Northern Virginia, and I absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about moving to the area, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, even send me a handwritten note. However you gotta get a hold of me, I got your back when you're moving to Northern Virginia. So the pros and cons of living in Leesburg, Virginia. So I'm gonna start off with the things that I love about Leesburg, Virginia, and we're gonna start off with downtown Leesburg. Downtown historic Leesburg is gonna be my favorite part of all of Leesburg, and it's the cultural center of all of Leesburg, and I believe it's the most picturesque downtown in all of Virginia. So downtown Leesburg is gonna feature a vibrant culinary scene with some amazing restaurants and some great bars. You can sit down, relax, have a nice brewski or a glass of wine, art galleries, museums, not to mention it's just an awesome place to walk around and just feel the history that Leesburg offers. So going to downtown Leesburg is hands down probably one of my favorite things to do in all of Northern Virginia. Just has such a different feel. My fiance and I go there all the time. We always have a great dinner, great experience, just a great place to walk around. Really the closest thing to downtown Leesburg is gonna be Georgetown in Washington, D.C. But you get that Georgetown feel out here in Loudoun County. So that's why downtown Leesburg is first on my pros of living in Leesburg, Virginia. Now for my second favorite thing about living in Leesburg, Virginia is an abundance of mom and pop restaurants. This is a big separator from almost the rest of Northern Virginia, is all the locally owned restaurants. If you don't know, most of Northern Virginia has so many chain restaurants. They're gonna have, the Uncle Julio's, the Ruth Chris, the Mortons of the world in abundance. But the cool thing about Leesburg is all the local restaurants are locally owned, so you're gonna get a much different cuisine and a dining experience that you're gonna get almost anywhere in Northern Virginia. So some of these locally owned restaurants I'm talking about is, you have the Oyster Bar. You're gonna get the absolute best oysters there, almost anywhere that I can think of. You're gonna get Melt. Now Melt is the best burger joint you're gonna go to in Northern Virginia. In fact, every year is rated one of the top burger places in all of Virginia. And now I'm gonna have to go there right after this video because it's on my mind and I'm starving. And then you have The Conche, which is a chocolate-infused restaurant. Everything, their appetizers, their entrees, even their drinks have chocolate infused in some way. Now how cool is that? I don't know about you, but I love chocolate. Or if you want to try something more upscale, you can try Lightfoot in downtown Leesburg. It's a great place for anniversaries, special occasions, birthdays. You're gonna absolutely have a great time and dinner there. So again, that's why the mom and pop restaurants is one of my favorite parts about living in Leesburg, Virginia, because it's such a different experience than anywhere else in Northern Virginia. Now my third favorite thing about living in Leesburg, Virginia, and you can't talk about Leesburg, Virginia without talking about the wineries. So Leesburg and the surrounding towns in Loudoun County is unofficially the wine country of Washington, D.C. and Virginia. So Leesburg is going to feature 12 different wineries, including Winery 32 and my personal favorite, Stone Tower Winery. And if you take the rest of Loudoun County, there's over 40 wineries in all of Loudoun County. So even if you're not a wine drinker, it's such a great time to go there on a Sunday afternoon, have some cheese and, meats. They even serve pizza a lot of these wineries, and just hang out, enjoy the scenery, have a glass of wine, even if it's not your thing. It's just such a great time to hang out there with your friends and family and just experience all that Leesburg has to offer. Now for my fourth favorite thing about living in Leesburg, Virginia, and that's gonna be the style of homes. There's a huge variety of style of homes. Anything from urban living where you can walk to downtown Leesburg all the way to 10, 15 acre lots with 4,000, 5,000 square foot homes. You have homes that are built in the 1800s that have that historic feel, all the way up to brand new construction, 2-3 level condos and new construction single family homes. So there's a style of home for everybody here in Leesburg, Virginia. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, you just want like a 1 or 2 bedroom condo, or you're that move-up buyer and you want that 4,000 square foot single family house to raise your family, great school district, or you're even an ultra luxury buyer, maybe you just signed with the Washington football team and you want a $3 or $4 million mega mansion with all the bells and whistles. But like I said, that's one of my favorite parts about living here in Leesburg, Virginia. Just the style of homes, and there's something for everybody right here in Leesburg, Virginia. Now for the fifth thing that I love about living right here in Leesburg, Virginia, and what I believe is the most underrated aspect about living here, and that's gonna be the parks and recreation that you have access to here in Leesburg. You have Ralpho Park, which is a 3-acre lot with open space, picnic tables, gazebo, and access to the W&OD Trail, which stands for the Washington and Old Dominion Trail. Now this is actually Washington DC's longest trail in the area, and it starts off in Purcellville, goes to Leesburg, Ashburn, into Fairfax, Vienna, all the way to Shirlington, which is right by Arlington, and it's a 45-mile trail. You can ride your bikes, you can go jogging, you can go walking. It's such a cool trail. Now, I have not walked the whole thing, but you know what? I'm gonna add it to my list, which actually makes it a really cool thing about living right here in Northern Virginia. Now for the crown jewel park here in Leesburg, Virginia, that's gonna be Ida Lee Park. Ida Lee Park is gonna feature childcare, tennis courts, basketball courts. You got an indoor pool, an awesome outdoor pool with a water slide. Who doesn't love a water slide? They have concerts there, you can have weddings there, you can rent out rooms to have parties. It is a one-stop shop for everything you need. Also a fitness center and gym. You gotta have that. And it's actually not too expensive for Leesburg residents. Comes out to like $35 to $40 a month. Such a great value because you won't have to have another gym membership. It's just a one-stop shop for everything you need for your exercise needs and your community needs. That's one of my favorite things about living in Leesburg, Virginia is Ida Lee Park and all the other parks that Leesburg offers. Now for the first con of living in Leesburg, Virginia, and that's gonna be weather. It's kind of the same as for all of Northern Virginia. The weather can be very unpredictable here in Northern Virginia. Extremely humid summers, with the heat index can go all the way up to 105, 110 degrees where you're just sweating profusely. You get blizzards in the winter, extreme short springs, extreme short falls. I've seen in springtime it can rain, 24 out of 25 days. I've seen it be 30 degrees on a Wednesday and it's 85 degrees on a Thursday, so it's kind of all over the place. But on the flip side to that is you get to experience all 4 seasons. We do have a fall, we do have a spring, we do have a summer, we do have a winter. So if you like hot summers and cold winters, and you like snow and you like outdoor activity in the summer, guess what? You may actually love the weather here. So in the grand scheme of things, it's really not that bad. Now for the second con of living in Leesburg, Virginia, and that's gonna be traffic. Now this is gonna be a pro and a con. Now the pro side is, when you're actually in Leesburg and the surrounding towns here in Loudoun County, you're not gonna hit too much traffic. I'm not gonna say it's zero, but if you go from one side of Leesburg to the other, you should be good with traffic. Now, if you're outside of Leesburg, and especially Loudoun County, more into Fairfax County and Arlington County, you are gonna hit a lot of traffic. Especially you have to work closer to the city, Arlington, McLean, Alexandria area. Traffic's gonna be a nightmare. It's gonna be gridlock. There's certain highways you're absolutely gonna hate going on. But like I said, the pro side is if you don't have to leave really much of Loudoun County, you're gonna have very little traffic. So this can actually be a huge pro for you when you're living in Leesburg, Virginia. Now for the third con of living in Leesburg, Virginia, and that's gonna be, it is expensive. The median sales price for July of 2020 for a home in Leesburg, Virginia was over $600,000. Now I couldn't believe that number when I saw it. I remember 5, 6, 7 years ago, Leesburg, Virginia was so much less expensive compared to other parts of Loudoun County and Fairfax and Arlington County for sure. But Leesburg, it is not the secret anymore. It has shot up in home prices. And now Leesburg is pretty much just as expensive as Ashburn and a lot of Fairfax County. So that is a con, it is expensive to live here, but it's great. If you already live here, you're seeing your home values just shoot up through the roof, but that can be a con. But you know what? Like I said in my pros, there's a style of home for everybody, and it doesn't mean you have to buy a house that's over $600,000. There's gonna be there's a budget and a style of home for everybody who's interested in moving to Leesburg, Virginia. Now for the fourth con of living in Leesburg, Virginia is it is far away to Washington, D.C. It's about 40 miles away from Leesburg all the way to Washington, D.C. Now, the reason I say that's a con is a lot of people who live in Leesburg and Loudoun County, they work in Washington, D.C. or right outside, like maybe Arlington County. That can be a hike. It is a long commute time. Like I said, it's 40 miles away. Now, the flip side is, if you don't work in Arlington or Washington, D.C., it's not that big a deal because you're probably only going to go there on the weekends, to hang out, with your family, check out the monuments. So, not a big con. But if you live in Leesburg and you're going to work in Arlington or D.C., be prepared for the long hike. It's going to be a way over an hour commute. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about moving to Leesburg. Now, the fifth con of living in Leesburg, Virginia is that's going to be the Dulles Greenway. The Dulles Greenway is going to be a toll road that starts in Loudoun County. It goes all the way to Fairfax County, and it is very expensive, especially compared to other toll roads that I've been on. Now, if you take the toll road from let's say Leesburg all the way to like 495, which is going to take you into the city, that can cost all the way up to like $8.50 each way. So let's say you have to take that commute for work, you're looking at $16, $17 a day just in tolls, and that absolutely adds up a lot over time. Now, the pro side is the Dulles Greenway is going to get you where you want to get very quickly. So that's obviously a huge plus if you don't mind spending the money. Now, there's other roads you can go. You don't have to take the Greenway. So there's a lot of ways. Like when you live here, you'll see the other back roads or maybe roads that there is no toll to save you some money. But unfortunately, the Greenway is there. It's an unnecessary evil, and just if you don't have to take it, don't take it. But if you must, just know it's going to cost you a pretty penny for the convenience. So if you're even thinking about moving to the Leesburg, Virginia area, I 1000% highly recommend it. It is such a great town, so much history, tradition, great place to raise your family, great place even if you're single. There's something for everybody here, and I hope this video brought you some value. If you got anything out of this video, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, please subscribe. And if there's anything in the world I can help you with, if you're thinking about moving to the area, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'm always here to help you, no matter what it is, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day.